Well, they did it. The Supreme Court has officially made it legal for the president to order SEAL Team 6 to take out a political rival as long as it's an official act. How exactly? I'll explain it to you. The entire opinion issued today is over 100 pages. You're not going to read all of that. I don't expect you to read all that. I graduated from Yale Law School where I focused in constitutional law. So I'm going to highlight the most important parts of the opinion and what you need to know. I can't emphasize enough how critical this decision is to our democracy, so take a second to understand. Let's start with Chief Justice John Roberts' majority opinion and holding. It's significant that the Chief Justice is writing this opinion. He's the leader of the court. He sets the tone. This is coming from him. He writes, "The president is not above the law. But, and this is a big but, the Congress may not criminalize the president's conduct in carrying out the responsibilities of the executive branch under the Constitution. The system of separated powers designed by the framers, think George Washington and them, has always demanded an energetic and independent executive. The president therefore may not be prosecuted for exercising his core constitutional powers, and he is entitled to, at a minimum, to a presumptive immunity from prosecution for all his official acts." Now for the dissent. We have the most liberal member of the court, Justice Sonia Sotomayor, writing the dissent. It is one of the most powerful, expressive dissents that I've ever seen. She writes that the decision today makes a mockery of the principle that is foundational to our Constitution and system of government, that no man is above the law. She goes on, relying on little more than its own misguided wisdom about the need for bold and unhesitating action by the president, the court gives former President DJT all the immunity he asked for and more. She then gives us hypothetical scenarios of what could happen under this ruling. Orders the Navy SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival? Immune. Organizes a military coup to hold on to power? Immune. Takes a bribe in exchange for a pardon? Immune. Immune, immune, immune. The president is now a king above the law. In closing, she writes, "With fear for our democracy, I dissent." That line will be one of the hardest, most quoted lines in decades to come. Practically, what does this all mean for the Don in the near term? Well, the case is being remanded back down to the DC District Court with Judge Tanya Chutkan. She's going to need to go case by case by case to determine which of the former president's actions were official or unofficial acts. And to do this, she's going to need to hold what are called evidentiary hearings, which is going to take a lot of effort and a lot of time. Also, another important part of this decision is that the Supreme Court says they cannot consider the president's motives for taking any of the unofficial acts. So if his motives or intentions were ill, that doesn't get to go in. It's just, was this act a part of his duty as president? Was he able to do this as a president or not? Bottom line, it's going to be a lot tougher for Jack Smith and the prosecutors to prove their case. And remember, if this is delayed past November and DJT wins and becomes president again, he will order the DOJ to drop the entire case and drop all the charges. This is a huge triumph for the Don and possibly future presidents.